Morning, Clayton. This is John Shanks from Hanover, Maryland. Was just curious. I plan to pay off the three biggest pieces of debt I have, and what I plan to do is pay one off, take that one amount, divide it by the other two, and get those paid off to try to pay it off faster. Wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Thank you, John. So you want to pay off that one divided by the other two. Okay. I think, again, I kind of go back and forth with on this in debate, and it kind of goes back to my Snowball versus Avalanche discussion the other day to pay off debt. The logical, more rational approach, right, is to look at your debts and say, okay, what's the higher interest rate, and go after that. Put all of your weight behind going after the highest interest rate. That's the Avalanche approach. The way that I successfully paid off debt was the Snowball method, by tackling the lowest hanging, smallest amount first to get a win. And I know we can have discussions back and forth about what makes more sense. I think logically, more rationally, to go after the highest interest rate makes more sense. But the way that the human brain works is that we are rewarded for small wins. Again, when you download an iPhone app, a game, and kids download Roblox or one of these other iPhone games, the reason that the first few levels are so easy to win is because they want you to get to the harder levels where you then need to start paying for special, special Robux dollars and special suits of armor and things like that, because you got those early wins. If you lost the first time you ever played, you're probably not going to launch that game again. It's all psychology. They know that. App developers, game developers know that. That's why they want you to get so many coins when you first start playing. Small victories. And the human brain works that way. We want rewards. Like if you've started a new business, you started a new entrepreneurial endeavor. Let's say you start a new YouTube channel. Right? Like I started my new Paranormal Post YouTube channel. And because I got some early wins, because I saw a lot of people were really enjoying it, they started watching it, it's made me want to create more content there. And if people just didn't watch it and people weren't tuning into it and it just was defeating, and I'm like, God, I'm putting all this work into this and no one's enjoying it, guess what? It's very hard to keep going. And the same thing was true with paying off debt. So I think it's a good approach, John, if you can stick with it. Anytime you're putting all of your effort and focus into paying off those high interest credit card debts, going after those and attacking them is very, very important. I mean, that's the definition of bad debt, right? Credit card debt is bad debt. And here's where I totally disagree with Dave Ramsey. I think all debt's bad debt. I think there is good debt and bad debt. And credit card debt, if mishandled, is the worst. So again, I like the Snowball method. It worked for me. I'm speaking from experience. It was how I was able to pay off close to $100,000 in debt by going after the smallest amounts first. Okay. $1,700 limit on that one card, and I had $7,000 on another. Well, I went after that $1,700 one, cut that card up. And every time I did it, I cut a card up, and it was so exciting. So that's the approach that's worked for me, the way that the human brain works. I like those little rewards.